Yellow. Yellow. Down. Down. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talking News. Giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here and drop down in them comments like your brothers always do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Bulldogs from one side of the world to the other side of the world. From one side of the country to the other side of the country. Bulldogging the right way, doing the right things with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Today we got a special interview. We're about to talk dogs for a few minutes. I got my boy YB up here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna drop them questions for him, and we're gonna talk some Bulldogs for y'all brothers and sisters out there today. You know what I'm saying? How you doing today, brother?
Oh man, I can't complain. Can't complain in the yard, man. Getting it done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was hot. It was hot where you at today?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But they got the big fight coming up. So when those big fights come up, I like to try to, if my if what I'm doing at the time permits me, but I'd like to kind of go into a training camp with the fighters and
Oh,
work out in the yard. So I was out there with one of them full dicky sets on, the suit that you zipping up.
yeah.
Yeah, so wore that on top of my regular clothes today, just to do a lot of sweating, and
Oh
working
yeah.
with the dog.
Oh yeah. Who you got on that fight?
I got Terrence Crawford.
Oh, I might have to call you up and throw a little side bet or something on
Man, listen,
it before
I'm
before the fifth round, because then I ain't gonna be able to get no bets from you.
no. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one thing about it. Earl Spence is only 41-47.
Yeah.
He's been inactive. He's at 147 because that's where he you know what I mean. That's what you're doing for a good welterweight.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford was 140 and cleared 140 out, and then he's stepping up to 147. And
Yeah.
at 147, he's only fought the best that he could get in front of him. You know what I mean? If he couldn't fight his best, which was another champion, he would fight a mandatory,
Yeah.
whoever the sanctioned body told me had to fight. So
Damn.
yeah, man, listen, man, the man comes from just athletics and competitions. His sons is like number one and number two in the country for wrestling.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, he ain't. This ain't no. I don't know why they keep playing with Crawford like that, but he's an Olympian. He don't work with a lot of those guys, trainers and stuff like that. And I just think that man, Earl is good at fundamentals. Earl is like
Hey,
to
hold,
me.
hold on real quick. Let me see if this right here gonna work real quick. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
You know what I did that for?
Why?
Time ticking, boy. Time ticking. If he gonna do it, he ain't got but a couple more weeks. I tell you what, he better be ready, boy. Because the
Hey,
eye collector, coming for him, dog. The eye
y'all
collector
give it, y'all
coming
giving
for him.
him, y'all giving him that title. You know that Like Kell Brook, his orbital bone. Triple G damaged it before Earl. So
Okay.
Earl just finishing up what Triple G did. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm telling you is he gonna have to come out with something else out of his bag to beat Crawford.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
fundamental Duke basketball, you just beat me with fundamentals. It ain't enough when I'm special. I got fundamentals and I'm special.
oh yeah, oh
And
yeah,
that's what
oh yeah.
Crawford is, boy.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, he's something special.
See,
Man,
Crawford is Floyd Mayweather before he left Bob Earn. Crawford just left Bob Earn. Bob told both of them, you're born and you won't be able to sell fights. Same thing Floyd did.
yeah, he bored. He bored, man. That's the only thing about Crawford. I say he a hell of a fighter. Probably, if he beat Spence, he's the best in the world right now. But he just ticket wise, he bored. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
They like the
Yeah,
Conor McGregor style, Floyd Mayweather, or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Talking trash and all kind of stuff.
yeah, he ain't a big trash talker. He ain't got a big media presence, none of that.
hmm But yeah, man, let's get on to this dog talk. Dog talk. I got my first question I got for you, bro, is when it comes to them Frisco dogs, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think the 45-minute reputation that they got is a myth, or you think that's the real deal? Because if you really look at it, when it comes to all lines, I mean, the ones that stop, a lot of them ain't going past 45 minutes. I mean, why the other lines don't have the 45-minute reputation or saying, oh, they'll stop at 40? All dogs don't make it to an hour mark.
I just think it was more of them out there. So
Yeah,
you take a group of them and then you look, it's a bigger number of them out there than it is a lot of other dogs.
yeah, yeah,
And then when you put competition into it, it even the numbers even lower on both sides. So me personally, I think the boys who run the Frisco Dogs got as much to contribute to that tall tale of 45 minutes as those who have not had it.
yeah,
You know, some is saying, look, hey, that's what you get, and I own them yards. That's why we trying to smoke you within 45. Some saying I had a good one that only went 45, and then you got another group of people that saying, hey, man, I stopped them motherfuckers because they can't go past 45.
yeah. You ever
So
seen
it's what you say, brother?
you ever seen any of them go like 2 hours
Nah, not that I heard of.
or heard of
Now,
them?
I've heard of them doing that, but have
Yeah,
I ever seen that? No.
yeah.
Nope. I actually see. I done seen more motherfuckers make names off of them.
You heard of can you name any of the ones specific? Can you think of any of the ones that you heard went that long?
No, I can't not right off top, but you know how you see a report and you say, God damn, and then you want to see how was this dog bred,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when you
yeah.
look, he got some Garner blood back in there, and it's like, oh, okay. I know
Mm-hmm.
I have been in that situation before to where I'm looking, but to not to be biased, like when I see him, I kind of look the other way because I know I ain't looking for none of that blood.
Yeah, yeah.
And that don't mean they ain't got good dogs. I just don't. I don't want it.
Now I had one off of Kuma about maybe say about a year ago, and
Uh huh.
man, I got it from my brother, and it was a grown dog. And I'm talking about this joker was built like a brick house, and he was full of energy. He looked good. I'm talking about he looked good. He looked like he was worked already naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I ain't never weighed him. I'm just estimating he was probably in his mid 40s at least. You
Uh
know,
huh.
but he I ended up getting rid of him or whatever, but he looked it pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I can't say how he turned out or anything like that, but
Now I feel like that. The exact thing you just said. I feel like that about the crow dogs.
yeah,
I feel like they bring that body back to your stuff if you need it to.
yeah, yeah,
You know, and they look pretty decent too.
yeah. I hear a lot of people talking about the crow. I ain't never had the no up to date Garner stuff since back in the days. You know what I'm saying? That was the last time I had Garner stuff. But the Akuma dog, I had that recently. You know what I'm saying? But I like I said, I got rid of him probably about within 3 or 4 weeks. Cause the main reason I got rid of that dog, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, he turned his house over. I went outside like 10 damn times. That joker kept turning
Okay.
his house over, turning this house over, pulling the top off his house. I said, man, damn that. I'm for one, you ain't even the line I'm running. Two, your ass gone.
Yeah, you be that got me in trouble, and it ain't even
turn.
nothing. You well kept. You just keep destroying stuff.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
good now, and turning this water bucket in. So let him get hyped up and pumped up. He go to turn this stuff over, and I know I could put the
yeah,
water bucket in the ground and all that. I'll put a cement water bucket, but I wasn't going through all that. I ain't,
absolutely. Now I know for one point in time, this is probably about shit 7 years ago. Yeah, probably about 7 years ago. A lot of people was on that dynamite train,
yeah.
and then I seen them getting rid of those dynamite dogs. I don't know whatever.
Shit, I told you about the one I had. Mine, I thought mine was directly off Dynamite, but he was off Dynamite's son, Dynamo. And shit,
Okay.
man, that motherfucker probably lasted about 15 minutes against a good hard biting rear end dog. And shit, I mean, he didn't even show any really no potential. He just came out curb biting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The dog came out on him so hard. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was schooled out. He wasn't all the way schooled out yet either, but you know, he didn't show any potential at that time. You know,
Mm.
and shit, I ain't really wasting no time on something I ain't really big on. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'll tell you one thing. I listened to that show you had with Brick City. That was a good show, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That was a good show. And I heard a familiar voice, and I said, you know what? Let me call and see. I said, hey, you just did an interview. He said, yeah, man, a couple days ago. That brother there is got a lot of knowledge as far as been there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, my little John man, I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't breed him until Brick City told me about the line. I had him 6, 7 years now.
you know
And
what
me
I
and
hate,
we used to talk, and he told me it was the knowledge he gave me that made me say, you know what? Yeah, I'll breed him now.
man. I hate the fact that uh them boys got a little John and my boys got a little John and
Oh
both
yeah, ain't
and
it
both little
confusing?
and both little Johns damn good, throwing off good, great, threw off good dogs. So people still talking about different ones. And then I back in the days I used to get confused with it sometime, you know what I'm saying? Wondering
Yeah.
if they talking about this or that. It don't really too much bother me or nothing now or nothing. But yeah, I'll be like, damn. And it's like, I know they heard about each other,
Mm-hmm.
and like, damn, but I guess it is what it is. You can't stop a brother from naming his dog a certain thing, and shit, everybody got their own reasons for naming their dog certain things,
Yeah, boy.
man.
Yeah, boy.
But let me ask you
Mm-hmm.
this: when it comes to inbreeding, do you think inbreeding can cause human aggression?
Oh well, inbreeding. They got a saying, and it's so repetitive. I hate saying it, but they say you double up on your good, triple up on your bad,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? So let's say if it's a gene that you're trying to bring in, and that's why you're doing the inbreeding. Well, you don't just get to say, "Hey, I want these genes and I want this personality." You say, "This is my reasoning behind even attempting this breeding," but it's some stuff that ain't um, available to your eye through the two dogs you breeding that's gonna
yeah,
become announced in the pups. So, what I would like if we was talking about my dogs, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a people biter out of inbreeding, and I didn't see that in the side or the dam. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You're gonna have offshoots in there that's not something that you would seek to have on your yard.
yeah, yeah,
That's why no matter what type of breeding you're doing, it's all about color. You can do a line breeding, an inbreeding, a outcross, closely related outcross, non-relation outcross. You can do the inbreeding any which way you want to. But I mean, if you going in there and you don't know what to look for, or you just
yeah.
doing it based off paperwork, you don't even know what you're doing as far as assessing the dogs. You should
Mm-hmm.
assess the dogs, man, and just cull accordingly.
Yep. That's why I tell a lot of brothers about that walk off stuff. A lot of brothers only get it because they heard about it. And then when
Hmm.
they, they're great dogs, but when they get it, you don't know what to go about with it. You don't know what's what. And when you look at the pedigrees, you don't know what's what. and why they did this and why they did that and which way to go with it. All you know is you heard that it go good with anything, or you're gonna try to make this a good line, and you're gonna try to make your cross. You know what I'm
To
saying?
be honest with you, that's why I rather overpay. And a lot of people say I'm crazy for this, but I explain a personal situation. I spent about $10,000 on two pups, right?
Yeah,
Uh, One of the pups ended up getting sick and passing, right? Off of a well-known champion dog. But I stay in touch with the guys that I may acquire dogs from. I let them know how the dog's going. I keep them with up-to-date pictures. You know what I mean? I just give them updates on their stuff. Even though I spent money, that don't matter. It's still that man's blood. All I did was pay him to transfer ownership.
yeah,
I did nothing with the pedigree. I did nothing with the dog to get here. So I'd rather pay you to transfer the ownership of the dog, and I may not even register the dog because it's now when we get to that point, it's on me.
yeah,
Am I overpaying for a dog that I'm gonna be scared to call? No. That's why I'm gonna keep in touch with the breeder, so the breeder say, "Hey, that was a good home that dog went to. I see how he keep his dog. See what he. I want that guy having my dogs." So that same breeder where I paid 10 for two pups, now all these dogs are off champs. Turned around and sent me two. Was just like, man, if they work out, pay me. If not, don't worry about it.
damn,
Still behind his line. So when you do that, I've met better dudes that way, or free, either overpaying or getting them for free.
yeah, yeah,
And I've gotten a good one. Those and I'm sorry to say it, it's just my personal experience. Them $1,500, $2,000 dollars, man, you don't ain't no telling what you're getting. I've
oh
been
yeah,
more disappointed doing that than a little bit. But I've spent some money on these dogs. Not all at once, but over time when you add it up, I've spent some money on these dogs to try to get the best.
mm-hmm. I feel you
You
on
know,
that.
I've paid the same price for a pup that I've paid for a winner. And both of them come with a guarantee. That's really what I'm buying. Is what guarantee are you sending me that if I don't come to your yard, can I trust you putting something on the transporter?
Yeah,
Everybody shouldn't have the honor of putting something on the transporter for you. You got to go get it and see it yourself.
yeah, yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah,
about
most
that.
definitely, man. So it's some questions you can give a step and repeat answer. You can give an answer that everybody is adequate with, but sometimes you got to go in depth so a man ain't offended by your answer. He understand how you came to the conclusion that you came to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's why I refuse. What was you ready to say, brother?
Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead.
That's why I was saying. That's why I refuse to go to even consider going back and forth anymore because it may be something in your life as to why you came to that conclusion.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And I can't change your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't no sense in me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Ain't no
Oh yeah.
sense in that.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I'm gonna ask you this right here, man. I asked brother Brick Soldier this.
Well,
This is what I want to know. If he's not retired, what makes a dog stud worthy?
if he's
Okay, and
not retired, what
reason why I
makes him
say
good?
that, reason why I say that
Uh-huh.
is it safe to breed to a dog that's still active back in them days? Because I mean, if you breed to him, he cur out.
Well, see, that's all on the man. Like,
Like,
okay,
like he one scratch away from being a box jumper. He might be one
yeah, yeah,
scratch
yeah.
away from being a champion as well.
I
But
get I get what you're saying. So
it
let
take
me ask you this,
yeah,
and this just to better understand you. I'm gonna definitely answer the question. I ain't even pivoting away from it.
yeah,
Let's say a dog got two notches on him,
yeah,
and he go out and you say, you know what, that motherfucker good, and he's being ducked. Right now he's been ducked. Won't nobody answer the phone for him.
yeah,
You go get something off of him because of what he did, because of what you know can be verified. You know about it,
yeah, yeah,
and he go out and he lose. It's third. What you gonna get rid of your dog?
Nah, no, I ain't gonna get rid of
So
mine.
that's what I think about it. So my thing is this: are you going to jump the gun and say? Remember, if you remember when I came on your show before, I told you anything worth having is worth waiting on.
Oh yeah,
So if you have that analogy where you like, man, shit, he can go out there and curve. Well, that's all of them.
yeah,
Even the one that got to three or got to five, got to whatever, and then they retired him. Who's to say they didn't just retire him before he curved?
yeah,
So your standards got to be on why you getting the dog. So with me, I prefer to wait till he's done. Gonna do all he is that he can do.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If he's in somebody else's yard now, close friend, my yard, stuff like that, I jump the gun. I chance it because I know no matter what he do, I know what his offspring got to do over here.
yeah, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Hmm.
He can make Christmas lights come out. I wouldn't give a damn if the offspring ain't shit. Shit, it ain't really ain't
So
nothing gonna happen with that.
back in the days, like say, if you knew a camp you was getting a couple dogs from, would
Hmm.
you and you didn't have your yard like that, would you check the dogs or would you breed the dogs then check the puppies?
I'm gonna check what I'm one of them people, man. You ain't gonna get what ain't there. So I'm gonna check the dogs,
Yeah,
and that has been proven as the way I move. I'm checking them dogs because once again, no matter no matter what, you want to start with a good dog, and then you want to keep those same standards. You want to try to you want to try to see the dogs getting better. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So um, you hear a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, I got a dog, and the mother was cold, the daddy was a cur, whatever, and they produced this and produced that." I wouldn't. I've already said this before. I wouldn't know because I ain't breeding. I don't
yeah,
want to breed.
yeah. I was gonna
There's too
ask you
many
that.
good dogs. Yeah, it's too many good dogs out there to breed to the lesser of a dog.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that earlier. I mean, later on in the thing, but since you said it now, I'm going to ask you: have you ever seen or heard about two cold dogs producing at least a champion?
When somebody else put that shit up online, have
Yeah,
I ever heard that? No, because my thing is, what yard is this dog in, and what yard is somebody having the offspring of them from? Well, you know what? I take that back. They said that, and this is a tall tale, but they say that female that Jack got from Hollingsworth and Poncho, they say those was actually two of Mr. Hollingsworth's quitters. They was two of his lesser dogs, and Jack took them dogs and bred them and started a whole line off of them.
but you said, like you said, the key word was they was quitters. They could have been still, still high caliber dogs. This wasn't on his level. You know what I'm saying? And he gave them to him, and somebody else, one man trash, another man treasure. He gonna take
Type
them,
situation, yeah.
and he gonna breed them, and ain't no telling what competition he was going into.
Right now, would you do that if you see a man saying that stock ain't good enough to be in his yard?
Oh
Would you
no,
accept?
uh,
Oh, okay.
not me.
Just say,
I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, because I just had bought a dog coming down off a particular dog, and dog wasn't to me wasn't something I would want in my yard,
Yeah,
and yeah, I was told shit even by some close people to me, breed her for what? Why would I do that? I got her aunt over there that's better than she is. I got first cousins of her. I got distant relatives of her, and I got dogs that ain't related to her, and I don't have these problems. So why would
yeah,
I breed that into? So I think it all is where is the individual at who's accepting the dog or breeding the dog, where
yeah,
where are they at and where they foundation built up at. Because
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, some dudes they have the time and they have the uh the newness to where they could tolerate that.
yeah.
Yeah, but when you talking somebody that's done built their yard up, and these are the dogs that they want to represent as a family of dogs and be tied to, it's going to be a lot more things that that individual ain't going to accept.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. You run that Barracuda stuff. So, have you seen any skin problems in them that strain of dogs lately over the last 10, 15 years?
You got to remember, I'm the one that told about that. Wasn't nobody really saying nothing about that until I put out there what I was culling out of my dogs.
I remember Chico used to say something about it on his videos.
Yeah, but it was more of a where he did it to me. It was more of a put down, and that just
Yeah,
happened to be the dog he was talking about at the time.
yeah.
Me, I'm telling you that as like those are the dogs I like. Those are the dogs I'm gonna continue to run. This just what you got to get out of them.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not putting them down. Like I've heard him talk bad about so many different ones to where now I have to step back and say, okay, and it's no offense to him.
It's an
It's
alternative
just
motive
yeah, it's just
to
what
what it,
dogs are you talking good about that aren't yours?
yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So once you get put in that bracket, now I'm not like I said, I'm not saying what he's saying ain't true. I ain't saying he ain't had that experience, but I'm not telling you that to beat the line down.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, somebody
Now,
can tell him I ain't never seen two barracuda males get hung up together, get stuck together. So you know what I mean? Would you rather have skin problem? Or you rather have a male that'll let somebody mount him and swell up in him and get stuck to him?
I ain't gonna lie, boy. Honest truth now. I might rather have the motherfucker hung up in them because I'm just gonna be no, I'm keeping it real now
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good.
because I don't want to deal with the skin problems. You know what I'm saying? That shit, the dog be straight. The child's turn about 3 months, 4 months old. They start having red spots and all kind of. My dog got fucked in the ass. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He's a punk.
Now,
You know what I'm saying? But
listen. Let me tell you something. You talking shit because I guarantee you rather have one that could protect itself if something come up to him
oh yeah,
and give them the right things to treat that skin issue.
that's what I was about to
But,
say because that skin
yeah,
issue can be treated. You know what I'm saying?
can be
Just
treated.
whether brothers want to.
Ain't nothing you can do to change that dog but mind about getting mounted
Yeah,
once it
yeah,
happened the first time.
yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. When I was a little boy, now that's the last time I seen one mounted. I had a Doberman picture mixed with I think it was Rottweilers or something like that. And they was brothers, but they used to mount each other all the time and shit. But they ain't never get stuck,
They
dog.
ain't never get stuck. I already
They
say I ain't
they
never
was just
seen
hunting.
these dogs, and I ain't never heard you tell this story. I bet you money they ain't never get stuck.
Hell no, I ain't never seen a dog get stuck till I got in the game, start breeding dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah, they
a male dog, man, you
right.
must have some grease back there. It's a third party involved with that shit. Ain't no two dogs can go in no dry ass like that. Hell no. It's a third party involved with grease some shit up back that motherfucker, man. I'm trying
Yeah,
to tell you.
so I rather deal with the skin problems.
Yeah, you right. You right. You can handle the skin problems.
Yes, sir.
There's something
You
going
can
on.
deal with that.
There's
Happy
something
Jack
going
make
on.
a bunch of shit that'll get you right for that. But
Yeah. Cause look, them that's a trait, dog. That dog will throw some more dogs out and it go 30 minutes hard, 30, 45 minutes hard. All of a sudden, it just turn around and start getting fucked. It'll
yeah,
start just turn around, don't want to do nothing but get hunched or some shit like that.
man.
Because he'll think every dog gonna do that. You know, it's really a
Yeah.
submissive move. What he
Yeah.
doing, he's submitting to the other dog. You know what I'm saying? So at
So
this
what you
time,
saying? You don't want one that will,
now
when the
I don't
turning
want
start, he turn and trying to give you what's back there. He ain't turning to get away from you. He turn to get
hey,
when you
that should have
call a turn on him, he try to have sex.
hey, that should have fucking kill up. That shit will fuck up,
Man.
kill up. He be like, what the hell this dog doing? He just turned around like he in full blown heat.
Yeah, man. So you can't.
Damn, boy.
It's like I said, it all depends on who's talking. Because take for instance, you were speaking on Terrence Crawford. If you ask Terrence Crawford that same question, he want Chico dog
Hmm.
because he don't know all that you know.
Yeah.
So it's all based on the experiences and the knowledge of who you asking. That answer gonna change a million times.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You right about that. You right about that.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So
So I mean, like, I don't know if I ever asked you this, man, but what you
uh,
feed? What you feed?
depends on the time of year.
Like
Okay,
summertime.
so Zanetti, one thing I paid attention to was everybody's diet.
Yeah,
Like people pay attention to keeps and breedings, shit like that. But what I also pay attention is how you say you feed your dogs.
yeah,
And to me, um, a dog this and I had to come to this experience. I had to develop this over time because I was one of them dudes that thought 100% raw was best. And certain months that's still how I feed. I feed 100% raw. Other months, if the dog is active or the dog is reached this point to where you feed them, but he's working past the caloric intake of what you feed him, to where like if you was to give him more, he would have diarrhea. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Now
yeah,
you're taking your water source away, you dehydrating them. So what I try to do is I mix the two. I use a kibble to slow down metabolism and as a filler. But I want a very high protein kibble, like the turquoise bag of Victor.
yeah,
That works good. And what I'm looking at is how consistent is your turds. And once when I was feeding 100% raw, no bag dog food made their turds look like a raw fed dog, like that turquoise bag of Victor. So once I seen that that was going to be the kibble that I used through those studies of looking at what's coming out of them and how they looking as far as dogs.
yeah,
Okay, now I bring back Zanetti back up. Zanetti said he seen dogs that were fed kibble that look good. He seen dogs that were fed raw that look good. But the dogs he seen that look best were fed both. And so now that's why I've added kibble to my diet. But normally my dogs they eat a lot of venison.
you go you hunt it or you know
Well,
talk, talk, talk
if
about
you
like
don't,
raw meat. Talk about like raw venison, right?
yeah, uh-huh,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
yeah, yep. So I, I mean, I went and got a grinder, went and got a generator. You pull up right there and get all that stuff grinded and package it, and it's fresher than any store meat you're gonna get because some of the stuff I'm cleaning is still warm, like the deer's just been hit,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm.
it's still warm and still fresh. And one thing I noticed that meat that you hunt and kill yourself, it don't get maggots on it as quick as like a store bought chicken leg, something like that. And
Yeah.
if you don't believe me, just get something somebody hunted and leave it out right next to something that's store bought. Store bought stuff go bad quicker,
Yeah.
and I realized that. And so it's definitely a fresher and more natural way of them eating. And I like to get it grinded up and all that while it's fresh like that, and then freeze it. Put the freeze on it.
So let me ask you, man. I heard you say something about roadkill, and my partners, my boys, you know what I'm saying. I be rocking with over here. They they
Uh
they
huh.
they, they big on this too. You'll pull over and get a fresh roadkill if you know it's fresh.
Let me tell you something. I pull up and get fresh roadkill for my table. So what do you think I do for a dog bowl?
Hey, I feel you on
You-
that, bro. I feel you
What
on
you
that.
talking about, man? Yeah, it ain't no. Don't get it twisted. Like
Yeah.
we you done left the dog bowl because you ain't just talking about
Yeah.
that good
Yeah.
meat. Depending on what happened.
Hey, I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that.
Yeah, yeah, man. I don't try to hit nothing wildlife, but man, if I hit anything, it's getting in the car with me.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I know now. If you hit it now, I'm talking about you ride up and you see like that, you ain't really seen the car hit it, but you know it's fresh. Like you'll pull up and check it out to see if it's fresh or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know a lot of people do
Shoot,
that.
man.
I know a few people do that.
My boy will tell you, man. I tell him all the time. Damn, I wish we was in a pickup truck, or I wish we was in my car. It never really happens when I'm by myself. To be honest,
Yeah,
I never see nothing. I never see roadkill like that. But if I see it, yeah, man, I will. See it. You gotta be crazy not to.
All right. Now, I ain't had this question on my list, but it came to my mind real quick. My partner,
Uh-huh.
my partner, City Boy, said he was walking the other day and he seen a bear. All right, now if you was walking and you seen a bear, what would you do with your dog? If far as if you wanted to, we just go about your business.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope that the bear used the dogs barking and all that commotion and go ahead and get out of there, because that's normally what bears do.
Will you pick your
But
dog up and leave and get up out of there if he start coming towards
uh, shit, it depends. Like if this bear is charging, it don't look like that dog's bark or that dog's presence is holding him off no way, shape, form, or fashion. If I could see out, I'm gonna pick my dog up and try to get away from this bear. Keep my dog, cause the bear ain't. But if that bear come at me, shit, I gotta let my dog go. That's what
you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I gotta protect myself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
You know, and I say that because I just see my first bear. Uh, as far as with my old two eyes, probably 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
Ran right across the house. Hold on, bro. Hold
Yeah,
on. Sorry about that. But he ran straight across the highway, and it was a black bear. And you see them black bears on the videos; they don't look so big.
yeah,
Man, this bear was big. So a lot of what people think they would do, I don't think they would do, because he got my attention. I was in a truck safe away from me.
I
He was
feel you
actually
on
running away.
that.
Man, them bears is not as small as videos and stuff make them out to be.
Hell no, hell no.
And they can move.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's what I was about to say. Now, I'll probably pick my dog up too, but it's gonna slow us down. It
Yeah,
gonna make
yeah.
us two times.
Hey,
We're gonna be slower than at least half time slower than what we was.
he
Ain't no
he
getting
mu-
away. Ain't no
yeah,
getting away
he
when he
get
pick a
after us. He get after us. You gonna have to do everything they say that your bloodline known for, on pays online and all that.
dog.
This where you gotta prove it.
Yeah, yeah,
Save me, please save me.
yeah, yeah. Hey, so let me ask you, man, what lines cross best with some of your stock?
Believe it or not, the way that the Cuda dogs is bred that I have, I corrected them with dogs that were coming down from dogs that, like, they might have the same dogs that's in my dog's third generation might be in these other dogs' second generation or fourth generation. So I tried to do like a distant outcross. Whatever you're doing,
Yeah,
you want to kind of distant outcross, and I like for it to be a family dog. I'm gonna bring a family dog to it, but let's say if I take my 75-25 outcross dog to a dog that may be 75 outcross 25 relative, and
yeah,
put that with my dog, and then take those and bring them back into the yard. Take the performance from that and bring them back into the yard. And believe it or not, it takes longer, but you get a more of a consistent dog. It helps as far as like which way to go.
yeah. Now,
Yeah,
if I get two puppies from you, a male and a female, off two different litters, some hot stuff, is it with the line that you running? Should I go out or can I cross them back in?
you'll be able to do either one, because I'll like, if I was letting the dog go, I'm giving you something that's been crossed for you to do just that. I believe that when you get something from a breeder should sell your dog based on your intent. So the fact that that's one of your questions,
Yeah,
I would give you something like, you looking at this dog. What is it that you want to add? What is it that you trying to bring? Is would be more of the question, because you can go either which way.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I feel
yeah,
you
you'll
on
be able to go either which way. So it ain't even, hey, you got to do my dogs like it. No, make sure it's a good one. If it ain't a good one, send it back. I send you another one. And I ain't talking about uh like, it's a particular person that that got a female coming from me, right?
that. Yeah,
It was 8 females where it started out. It was uh 9 females, one passed away out this particular litter. So he wanted a female. So that leaves me with 8 of them. And I was letting him know, like, man, ain't none of these dogs leaving. So the fact that you got a female, she might not work out. You got a puppy, she might not work out. When you bring that dog back at 2 years old, telling me, oh man, she ain't work, well, it's it'll be what 8 other females here with the same pedigree, same age as what you wanted.
Yeah,
Do you see another one that you might want? I ain't gonna tell you raise this dog up, then come back and get no puppy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
So yeah.
So
So
you pretty much keep most of your stuff.
yeah, I ain't in 8 years. I ain't let nothing out but 2 puppies,
Shit,
and
ain't that,
one went back. Yeah, one went back to the guy that had originally made the breed that I got a dog off of. But
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with
yeah,
that. Bro, you know that'll have you like Jocko years down the line.
what you mean?
Years down the line, like it'll have you like Jocko. What I mean by that, like why we saying it ain't a whole bunch of Jocko dogs out because
Uh-huh.
he ain't make a lot of breedings, or they probably kept it in house. When they was doing the breedings, they probably kept it in house, or just the dogs didn't get breed as much. They was great, superior dogs. It just how the business end was handled as far as the breeding wise. They ain't do a lot of breeding, so it ain't a lot of pure Jocko stuff. You'll get the red boy, the Jeep, the everything pretty much you can find in pure form except for the Jocko because of the breeding stuff like that. And it's
But
a great thing. It's a great thing because you got that when you got that sauce, nobody else don't got your sauce. And you
but you
control
won't
go ahead.
go ahead.
I about to say, and you control who get it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't letting so many people get it, you kind of doing like you find you checking everything to make sure this person is gonna be the fit person for this dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. And when you do it like that, it makes sure that your dog can get the reputation he's supposed to get. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It does do that. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting them to the right person. Because like I said before, I sell 10 people dogs and none of them the right person. Then everybody saying, why ain't no dogs from Pelican Bay winning? Why ain't no dogs from Pelican Bay winning no shows, no nothing? Because I'm just selling them to people who out there doing all this stuff and then none of that stuff interests them. You know what I'm saying? I
see,
gotta
that's because
find,
at that point you wouldn't be selling them to people. You selling them to a dollar.
yeah.
Yeah, see, selling them to people, typically you start to know this person. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like even what you just said about the Jocko dogs. You said, man, they wasn't around, they wasn't pure like that because of this, but they were superior dogs.
yeah.
I care more about people saying the dogs are superior, knowing they superior, than I care about getting them in other people's hands.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Because no matter how many Jocko dogs out there, like you said, I still made that statement, and it's a true statement. We know them was
Yeah,
superior dogs. You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
care.
saying?
I care more about that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like
yeah.
that video and stuff that I sent you and you seen and stuff. Like, do you see those videos and it's oh how much and man, I want this one. I'm ready now. Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
not to say like I'm better or nothing like that, but half the stuff I don't even reply to because if I was to be totally honest, it's some people that message me that I know I wouldn't even want owning my dog.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially if you somebody just looking to breed dog. No, I don't. That ain't what I'm looking for. Now, you somebody um who responsibly breeds dogs and responsibly places dogs. I don't care if you get my dog to be bred. And you have so many people that'll say, man, why you worry about the next man doing if he coming and paying it? If you think like that, just don't buy. If you ever see me with dog for sale, don't buy it.
yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with you think like that. Just please don't ever own my dogs.
yeah, yeah,
You know, because I don't. This is just a topic that we were speaking on. I don't even though you spent whatever you spent, I don't think that even though you or the dog is in your possession, you own the dog, not the blood, and I don't think you should exploit the next man's hard work. You know, you want uh, a Garner dog. You done got a Garner dog. You went and got another one, and you keep breeding these Garner dogs to each other. Now you think people should come see you as opposed to just going to see Tom like you did.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you ain't crossed the man's stuff. You running his stuff into each other, and that's you. You want to be known as the guy. I actually think that's kind of dishonorable and disrespectful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you
You
on that.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I trust you with my heart. That's why you really gotta sell dogs to people. Because man should know your intent. Look, man, I don't want my dogs liquidated. Make sure it's a good one. Once you make sure that dog is a good one, it's yours to do whatever you want to it. Because you done put in you've matched the effort.
Yeah,
I had good dogs. I bred them to each other. Had pups. You made sure that one of my pups was a good dog, and then you did what it was. So now you done matched me in effort. So what you do with the dog, it ain't about what you expect.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm joking at the end of the movie, man. I set a pile of money on fire.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
You know what I mean?
I feel you
But
on
it's
that.
so you just got as any team that's managed anything. Public relation is very very important. So you gotta know who you trust in your line too.
Mm-hmm. Right about that. Right about that. I see so many people, man, with so many different brothers and kennels lines, like you said, that ain't represent the line right. You know what I'm saying? And it just it gives everybody line a bad reputation. Far as like I said about the Frisco dogs, you know what I'm saying? It could be just like the hands he put them in. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
not not checking who getting the dogs. You know what I'm saying? And being that you're not checking, yeah, you sold 5,000, but now you got a reputation that they all quitting because you got
yeah,
a bunch of people grabbing them, not knowing what to do with them, not knowing this and not knowing that, and they taking them out there running this, running that, and now they come back, word them out. Everybody gossiping about this. Oh man, this quit, that quit. This man over in this state talking about this quit. This man over here talking about you got 5,000 people out here with your dog. I mean, David Tant was the number one breeder, and when he left, it left the Frisco stuff, the Garner stuff. That was the number one breeder, just off default. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, to have that tag, the number one breeder, don't mean you selling no $50 a year. It mean you selling some dogs. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you putting some dogs out there, good dogs and bad dogs. But if you was putting out, 100 dogs a year, you might have 50 good, 50 bad. But when you spread them out across the country, you just hope the 50 that's good get out more than the 50 that's bad. But when you got 5,000, you know what I'm saying? Shit, boy, it's gonna be a whole lot of.
See, like what I always wanted to do, I wanted to have dogs that was good enough to receive merits,
Yeah,
uh, that were important enough to leave a legacy behind, but also I wanted dogs that people wanted, but it's almost like you can run your yard like the 40-40 club, or you can run it like a members only club.
yeah,
40-40, whoever's get dressed, come out and stand in line, getting in until we fill this motherfucker up. And they
mhm,
fill it up so much. Fire department gotta tell them, hey, look, you pushing it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that members only club, man, you don't even see a line out there. You don't know who in there. You just know they doorman know who to let in and who not to.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and the members only club, man, oh man, that club been there 30, 40 years. These nightclubs is popping, they fly by night. So it's
man,
what do you want in your yard?
yeah, yeah.
And I believe building a family of dogs up and knowing what you're doing consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even mean knowing what you're doing because it's no rocket science to breeding dogs. If you just say, hey, breed good dogs, keep good dogs, breed good dogs, keep good dogs.
But
So,
but that's what I said about. Well, that's what excuse me, I didn't mean to cut y'all, bro.
mhm,
That's what I was talking about when I asked you just a few minutes ago about the cold dogs, right? But you knowing the kennel camp they come from, you got time in with the kennel camp. I ain't talking about myself. I'm just talking about anybody in general. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you know them dogs produce great, but
Mm-hmm.
just so happen you got two cold ones or a cur and a cold one. You know what I'm saying? No, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say I don't want to say a cur. I want to say two cold ones. Say for instance you got two cold ones, but you know it's high percentages coming off them. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you breed them, you're gonna get some fire. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
You
both of
know
them
what
are
you're doing right now? You know what you're doing right now? You saying,
going off of paper.
hey, no, you saying this. Man, Bobby Brown was a great entertainer, and Whitney Houston was one of the best singers.
Yeah.
So Bobby Christina, I know she gonna do something, and she ain't do nothing.
But if yeah, I'm saying that
Okay,
if Bobby Brown daddy was a singer, his great granddaddy was a singer, and Whitney
but
Houston
listen, okay.
grandmama and all them, if all
So
of them were
you
singers,
probably,
then
yeah.
Bobby Christina, I'm a black boom. You know, or no saying, both of them are singing. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's about like that.
So you cool? Well, in that sense, you would be cool with grabbing something because of performance, but accepting something from down from that doesn't perform. You got to remember, you only making these dogs important because you're talking about how great they were.
Yeah, yeah,
So don't lower your standards to where you stuck on how great those ones were. To where you said you know in the camp, you've been rocking with the camp for years.
yeah.
You should be able to go to that camp and get a good one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Matter of fact, that camp should want you to have a good one for bringing a bad one back.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's how I think. So I don't, and that's probably why I like more of a family bred dog.
Yeah,
I like to see crosses done, but I like to see more of a family bred dog because you more inclined to run into people that want to stand behind that family.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So what I'm talking might seem far fetched to somebody that's only ran into peddlers, puppy mills, and stuff like that. They
hmm,
probably like, man, what is he talking about? You know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like the Little John boys. I'm pretty sure if you had a bad one, you could go talk to them and they, hey, you know what? All right, look, give me this and take that good one right there.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But far as I know, like far as puppies wise, I done heard them say they'll take stuff back. You know what I'm saying? They'll replace a dog or whatever. But I don't know if you're gonna come back and get a grown one. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying about that. Wise, you might get another puppy or something. I'm not sure. Far as actually saying what they're gonna replace it with. But I do know they don't like to give you a grown dog unless it's top quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And that's what it's supposed to be.
And I done seen
Because
them
why
turn
would,
money down. I done seen them turn money down for back in the 90s for dogs that um they was on fire, but they didn't scratch the first scratch. They,
hmm
they wasn't fully started up yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Once something grabbed them, they was on fire. You know what I'm saying?
And do
But
you think it's ironic that those guys you talking about, grandfather, father, son, even the people have been family.
mm-hmm.
You know, those are family great. That's why I say like you gotta decide. Am I trying to be one of these fly by night dudes that's in it for the money and I'm gonna just try to breed some dogs and make some money? With that being said, I think you would be smarter to get into bullies and Yorkies and Corsos, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
because like those I call them beer dogs. You know, you can brew some beer pretty quick with jailhouse hoops. But when we get to talk about fine wines and champagnes and stuff, these these dogs, to me, that's where the quality comes in at.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where spending this money makes sense, man. Look at these dogs. They've been doing this come from this family of dogs, from this man, and I know he like to stand behind his dogs. Yeah, I'm gonna give him top dollar.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I see a lot of guys, man, a lot of times. Yeah, they actually crazy prices for these dogs. The dog is half of what you get, man. You getting marriage, you getting family, you getting time, you getting effort, and you don't want to pay for that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I hear the complaints. I just think a lot of these guys should go get into bullies.
I feel you on that.
Like if you look at the guy you had on the other day, a lot of his like the braggadocious points was from sales.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I don't. That's what I said. That's more of their market. I think those guys that just you gonna get into it, you try to make some money. Be smart. Get yourself some bullies.
yeah. I feel you on that. Feel you on that.
Yeah, shit. They making them whatever the I always offend them, right? But they making them little dogs. You can stockpile them. Go get you a
Yeah,
bunch of 'em.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I mean, he
sir.
even called them dogs couch potatoes. He said it himself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shit,
So
if they don't straighten the pits up, they're gonna be couch potatoes in a minute.
yeah, and you gonna have the puppy sellers to thank for it. Soon as it's happening right now, if you ask me, because most of the good American stuff is hush hush and various reasons, and then you look across the pond, these dogs, they saying these are they good ones, and they can just have them right on Front Street.
Hmm.
So you taking a step back to that, and then you taking a step back to the fact that a dude will put color and price together. He'll say, "Man, oh nah, man, shit, I paid 3,500 for this dog. I ain't no.
Yeah.
I paid this for this. No, I ain't. I gotta get my money back. I'm gonna breed it. I'm gonna get my money back. And look, I'm gonna breed this. They can show you a puppy they got, and they'll show you the dog they gonna breed that puppy to.
Yeah.
How do you know that puppy's gonna be worth breeding? And the only thing that would make it worth breeding at that point is what? The paperwork and the money you spent for
Okay. So let me ask you this. All right, the Django, your dog, right?
it. Uh-huh.
Who he off of?
Uh, he's off of Barrett's Lygon and Snake Horse Lady Barracuda.
So
Lygon come down off Malcan Stone Man, and Lady Barracuda come down off CML's Tampa one time with her.
so if you had to start over right now, and then you could get the same exact breeding as the Django was as a puppy, would you hunt him or would you just breed him?
If it was as a puppy,
Because you know what he is and you know what he's worth. And I'm speaking like not don't go back to back in the days time think from the day like, oh, I can get something off that, a puppy. Now, would you take him out there and do something with him, or would you go just breed him just off the strength of what you know now,
the only
and don't risk losing them, because if you lose them, you won't be able to get another one.
well, okay, so is this puppy a male or female?
I mean, we can make it we make him a male. We can
Okay. So if he a male, I know it don't cost nothing to collect him. I know it don't cost nothing to store him. I'm gonna go collect him. If he's
okay.
something good, then I'm gonna, do my thing with him. If he's something good, and I just happen to lose him, I don't lose him.
Hey, you fucked me up with that when you was waiting on me to say male.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Collect them,
yeah,
kill them all day. Collect it, kill the whole damn thing. You know,
yeah.
you
So
always gonna have it. You collect them.
yeah, you. That's what you put me up against. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and then when you said puppy, it allowed me to say, okay, yeah, this going to be on me. So like, let me give you an example. They bred Django's parents twice,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay, man, I seen his sister for sale, but by the time I seen her, she was about 4 years old. Had already had and because they only bred her to one dog. I think they bred her to that one dog two or
yeah,
three times. But I seen her. So what I did was I called the guy. I said, "Man, I give you this just to take the post down, and I give you the rest when I pull up on you." Did it, and I got his sister. But
yeah,
what I also did was got two of her offspring along with the deal. And I seen that, one of them was so big, he was big ass Mayday dog. I just didn't, I couldn't, I didn't want him. So I took him back, and then that female, she wasn't too much of nothing. You know, she was a good pup, but she proved to be much of nothing. But I have Django's sister.
Yeah, I feel you on
So
that.
if it's an older dog, it ain't. But so you don't have many options.
Yeah,
Now the thing is, do you make sure she might not be able to for you to take her out there and start something, but do you make sure that she's a good dog?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I can tell you, buddy, old boy, she definitely a good dog.
yeah,
Yeah. So her being his sister ain't mean nothing. It actually put more of a standard on her.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? She came with expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep,
know.
yep. Cause Sambo, we had his little mate sister. She would go, but she wasn't like him. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't even built like him. She was the same. She was like a brindle red nose, like almost like a blonde brindle, and
Uh huh.
he didn't have no stripes in him. But they was all
Got
saying they was all saying little, and she was a little more slender built than he was. He had a little more bulkiness to him, and he was taller than she was. But she had some gold, but like you said, the standards we kept her to Sambo standards, and when we took her out, she didn't fit them. You know what I'm saying? She went,
Yep.
but she wasn't on that level. She probably would have made some great puppies. I ain't gonna lie, and she probably would have been a winner. Now that I look back, if we would have, because what we did with it was some schooling stuff. We didn't even really do nothing really with her just because she was Sambo's sister, off the same
Right.
litter. We wasn't even just off the strength that she was his sister. We wasn't trying to even really do nothing with her or whatever. But you know, um, sometimes, man, it be like that. Like that's why I said in my video earlier. We had them great dogs, and if it say the Django was one of your greatest ones, all the dogs you have after that, you gonna hold to them standards. Like they gonna have
Oh
to,
yeah.
you're gonna be like, man, damn, he ain't shit. But then you pass him to somebody else. Like you say, the brother earlier, he take the same two dogs and they breed them and they start a hellified yard with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you was holding them to the Django standards. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like shit. It's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because we'll pass up on dogs that maybe can work with, but because
Yeah.
I'm holding the Sambo standards and you holding the Django standards, we were like, man, that shit ain't what I know what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I know
But
what I
that's
want.
why when you breed a family of dogs, they should be just as good
Consist
or be getting better.
consistently and getting better, like you said. Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah. So to hold to where if I, what I mean, I really told you how hard I was on mine. I actually hold them to a higher standard now than I did Django, because if if it's worth what it's worth, it should be getting better. You know?
mhm, yep,
Yeah. And I got, man, shoot, I got some. Remember, I was telling you, like, trying to figure out how to work them to the where they want to work to, and uh have enough feed on them to keep them, right, to be able to keep doing that type of work.
mm-hmm, yep.
Because I got some, man, that, man, them dogs work all day. You got to protect them from themselves when they come to working.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Yeah, and that's the type of dog I like to have. And like, it just translates over to work, but to me and them, it's me, playing with them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I just had some guys in the yard earlier, and one of the younger guys asked me, he said, "Man, what's the difference between you and the dudes that say the same things you saying about your dogs, they saying about their dog?"
yeah,
I said, when you see them talking about their dogs, they standing up in the chain spots. I get in tune with my dogs. I go in every chain spot and sit down,
yeah,
talk to them, play with them, let them jump all over me. So what's translated to work to some is you come and you look at my dogs and you look at their body language. If you know anything about canine, they playing.
yeah,
Their tails always wagging. They always happy. I don't like that stale look where I know you only working for me.
yeah, yeah.
I want you to enjoy what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, man, it's all on the man. What is the
Now,
man wanting to sin and what is the man requiring?
now I ain't never asked nobody this, but it just came to my mind because we talking about
Uh-huh.
when it comes to pit bulls. Do you think it's like when it mile wise, we got drive levels: low drive, high drive, medium drive. You think with pit bulls, it's the same, same thing, but we don't necessarily talk about it like that. But you think it's the same thing?
We talk about it like that. It's just the if when you start talking those standards, you getting into really paying attention to what's
Yeah,
going on. Like take for instance, the ADBA, you take your dog to a show, one of the things it's getting points for is his attitude. You
yeah,
gotta remember it's a terrier. So
yeah,
it should have certain aspects of a terrier. And if
yeah,
it doesn't have those, you know, then you gotta ask yourself, would I breed that dog? Is that a dog that I would, because it's all about, do you want that dog's genetics to pass on? You
yeah,
know, you giving the dog a good home and making sure the dog is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You breeding the dog and passing them genetics on. That's when it makes you get an eyebrow raised at you.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Since like I start looking at a lot of these dog channels and even doing mine and watching these other boys' videos and stuff
Uh-huh.
over the past 2 years, man, I pay attention to a whole lot more because with me, I was more of a performance man back in the days. I try to make puppies and I bred, but it was no big deal with me. You know what I'm saying? For
Uh-huh.
the breeding wise, as long as I had something to go out and kick some ass when it was time to kick ass or whatever.
Right.
That's all I was with or whatever. But it just, man, shit.
Well, when you look at a lot of those good dogs, where you might see them in a Stratton book, you might see a pedigree of them.
Yeah,
A lot of them dogs had good conformation.
yeah, yeah,
A
mm,
lot of them. You know what I mean? And who knows if it was because they was getting more exercise, people had more land back then.
yep,
Who knows? Um, but what I can say is I had noticed that a lot of I think I spoke about this on Pro Show before, or something like that. But what I noticed was a lot of the dudes that's bragging just only on performance,
yeah,
they would take their dog, like they would show up with a dog, you would hear whispers, that's such and such. And they couldn't get ribbons at these shows.
yeah,
So, um, I know a little bit about horses. I said, man, those dogs I seen in Stratton's book, if what they said about them was true, and then they looked that good, these could be triple crown dogs.
yeah,
Able to champ out in three different things. Because is with these dogs, if what they say is true, then that's the champ. Then uh, confirmation, that's the champ. Then you can do weight pull. You can champ. You know what I mean? Do something else that you champ out in. That's a triple crown dog.
yeah,
I believe that the American Pit Bull Terrier was good enough to do it. So I start looking for dogs that I felt could be triple crown dogs,
yeah.
and I wanted to have you know thorough books, thorough records, and have these triple crown dogs.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Me and I had a well, shout out to the brother from B More that's doing the book. I hope he's still doing that book, fam. You know what I'm saying? He was talking to me about that same stuff, man. About hold on for a minute. Yeah, he was talking to me about that same stuff, man, about the triple crown stuff and trying to get these dogs where they're getting three of them things, you know what I'm saying, from
Right.
three different places or whatever. And just trying to do things on that level, you know what I'm saying? And he was talking about like Shutson, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got one that he doing good in the Shutson, and then he doing say HBA confirmation show. You know what I'm saying? And then he got, whatever else he placing good in or whatever. But because and that's another thing that the pit bull I'm starting to see more pits in it over the past 10 years is the shuts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They starting to
Do you remember that conversation that guy told you that one of the dogs that had just won Shutson was a pit bull, won nationals?
So yeah, I remember somebody saying that. Hmm.
All right, then. So yeah, man, it's it can be done. It raises the bar in ownership, and let's just say you got a dog from this man and all that, and you elevate your dog like that. Can that man say anything to you about breeding that dog? No.
Yeah,
Look at the work I put in. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But don't be one of them guys that want to just stockpile dogs and then you think you're gonna get rich off dogs and you wanna. If that's what you're doing, that's on you. I'm not even call. I will not call out no peddlers no more. We just all know what we seen.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, don't make me part of your program.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And see, that's why I say sometime about dogs that's not getting dealt with on a daily basis sometime. Cause see, I was never real, I never had like 50 dogs at one time. I always
Right.
had a small amount, you know what I'm saying, that I can focus on at one time. And you know, when you got a small amount of dogs, you can focus on them. Say I'm talking about the walk stuff.
Uh
Okay,
huh.
now if I'm over here with just say 10 dogs and I got time to focus on mine, I can make bring something out of mind that you got 100 dogs or you just you're not really focused on them like that. You just waiting on them to turn. You're gonna check them out whenever you feel like checking them. If he look good, if he don't, you're gonna sit them back. You're gonna bring them back out again, or you're gonna keep checking them like that. But when I got a little bit of dogs, I'm steady dealing with this dog. You know what I'm saying? He can be fearful one day, and then next week he be a straight monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When
like think about how many good dogs you've seen that were titled, and these dogs, this breed of dogs,
yeah,
and think about the picture that you see them. They sitting on the couch. They watching TV.
mm-hmm,
You see them sitting at the kitchen table. You see them with kids. You see them on the Jenny pulling kids around in circles. You see them, doing things. You see some of them. You even see them with a cat. I
yep,
used to have a parrot. And Django be in the room with the parrot. I never really took my eyes off of him, but man, sometimes I would let the parrot perch up on the spring pole. Now I couldn't handle dogs on the spring pole at the same time, but that's just how much this parrot was around these good dogs. Cause the parrot was on my shoulder a lot.
yeah,
I'd be working dogs, and the parrot wouldn't fly away with my bird. So yeah, you see it. A lot of
mm-hmm,
these dogs. Um, my motto is, if a dog can't be a pet, why do you want to pet that dog?
yeah,
Meaning, if I can't put you on a chain, I can't put you in a kennel, I can't put you above ground kennel, I can't bring you in the house. It ain't nothing in my yard that can't go in the house.
yeah,
Nothing, because they're all are my pets.
yeah. I feel you.
Pets perform better. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah,
So you want to talk about performance, because a pet is a socialized dog. No matter how you want to present it, you want to say one that's socialized, one that's well-rounded, or you want to call it, a pet, because a pet get to go in the car, a pet get to
yep.
come in the house, a pet get to do all this. So it's being socialized.
I agree with you with that. I agree with
Yeah.
you with that.
So they perform better. But we've come to a time in our breed where people are teased about that.
Yeah.
You tease for having your dog as a pet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, they are, man. I don't even want to get started. I
Yeah.
don't want to get started, man. But yeah, pets perform better.
Hey, if you can do it all over again, what would you do
hmm
different? If anything.
Um, what would I do different? I wouldn't have offended so many people on the internet just to offend them. Like I wouldn't have trolled so hard.
Yeah.
Outside of that, um, I wouldn't I wouldn't pay so much attention to a Peds online account.
Yeah.
I put enough time in reading stuff on there to where if I would just did that, I'd be a veterinarian by now. So, um, I would spend more time. This is my answer to your question.
Yeah.
I would spend more time to concisely put it. And those things are why I'm saying this. I would put more time into becoming something that betters the breed, betters the dogs that are in my care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Whether it's knowing more about natural herbs for the dogs, is when I have time to study, I'd rather spend it in the yard studying and stuff like that, rather than going back and forth with you or whoever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I did that before my yard elevated. Come back online, look in, you doing this. And the dogs, shit, sometimes you come in the yard, they looking at you like, what the hell you been doing? It's
Mhm.
work time. It's the time we normally work. So, um, yeah, now what I would exploit is, and what I tell other guys this, I would I would pay more attention to housing, feed, um, and a lot of other things, breeding practices, socializing techniques. I would get that from other breeders.
Yeah.
If I could tell any new guy coming into the dog, learn your breed enough to get you a good one, and then shut yourself away from your breed as far as the knowledge you take in about the inside of the dog.
Yeah.
Because this breed has so many misconceptions, it's actually like, wow, to what's good for the dog. You start paying attention to other breeds, you learn little tips and tricks, because you got to think it's families that have had other breeds, man, for 70, 80 years. Their family is known for these dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, so, venture out. I got like my breeding practice, I got from a German Shepherd guy. My housing practice, I got from a sled dog guy. The diet, sled dog guy. Critiqued it from Zanetti. Housing, Tom, Garner, and California Jack for housing. Um, my my topical spray, I got that from a garden channel. I spray the dogs like they do organic fruits,
Yeah.
and it works for flies, anything.
So you know it ain't gonna hurt them.
Yeah. The way I treat the ground, I got that from a guy that cuts trees down. He goes in and puts this stuff on the ground so he don't gotta worry about ticks being on him when he come back to cut your tree down. Like when he come up to put the section stuff off and all that,
Yeah.
he'll put this chemical down. That way, by the time you come up on his schedule, it ain't no ticks or none of that in that area where he put that at.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so I got that from him. You step outside your box, you become better.
Oh yeah. You right about that.
Yeah,
Right about that. That's when you see new stuff, new things.
yeah. Start watching
Sometimes.
farming channels, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You'll
Yeah.
learn a lot.
Yeah.
The way I clean the stalls, I got that from horse breeders,
From
like
where?
horse breeders.
Okay.
A lot of the everyday regimen stuff like that I do in the yard, none of it comes from pit bull guys. When I come back to pit bull guys, when I look for like times and endurance and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like I look and see somebody and say 20 minutes on a spring pole. Let's just take a spring pole for instance. Man, I got dogs that do 3 or 4 hours on that thing. Fresh out the cage any day of the week. Just
Yeah.
come open the cage, and that's what they like to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard getting them off there before that time. Even with that time, I'm just waiting for you to be fatigued so when you go for a rebite on that spring pole, I can catch you.
Yeah.
Because they still strong enough to where it's hard to use the stick and stuff like that. And they still pulling for it. So I see like, oh, okay. What this husky guy said, man, this actually worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Like I don't know, man. I don't know why. For the life of me, I don't know why. I don't see more brothers studying the Iditarod with them Alaskan sled dogs. Uh, Not necessarily diets, but diets. You know what I'm saying? We know they in the cold and all that, but at the same time, uh, what it takes to keep a dog going that long, full throttle. You know what I'm saying?
It's the thing, it's too foreign to them. When you say brothers, like The dog, number one, the dog, they're not gonna identify with it when they look at it. It's a long haired dog.
Yeah,
And if you talk to the average brother and they see a husky, man, a lot of them say, man, that white people dog.
yeah,
So it's no relation there. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
um the culture ties itself a lot to like the hip hop and the urban thing. What's popping over there? Even in these areas, man, the favorite time is summertime.
yeah.
You know, they love summer. Eat shit. Will Smith, man, you hear that joint come on the radio. It's a good time to go.
Hmm.
So they ain't worried about what something is done in the snow. It's they can't look at it and see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wash it out. What connects me to this? It's no dot to connect them, right?
Hmm.
And then a lot of those owners who have huskies, they'll look at these brothers as dog abusers.
Yep.
And not saying that it's right, not saying either side is right. I'm just speaking on
Or,
reality.
or they go through Peter the same way we do.
Yeah,
They Peter
yeah.
be messing with them, and they be
But
having
and that's
problems.
but if the brothers knew what you just said, if they knew, man, it's some of these sled dog dudes that's holding their nuts and telling Peter, I dare you come in my yard try to touch a dog.
Yep. All of them saying that. All of them
Yeah,
saying that.
if,
Yep.
if they knew how these guys were sticking together and how they was fighting the fight, to not have this for these people to tell them how they was gonna own their dogs, I guarantee you, them same brothers will start to pay attention to them because now you've connected a dot. It's something that they can relate to.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's something. Oh, okay, we got that in common. So if nothing else, I don't care how I feel about your race. I don't care how I feel about your breed. I see you going through with these people what I'm going through. So let me learn from the steps you already took. Because it looked like a lot of y'all get to keep y'all dog.
It's working dogs, but you saying it's inhumane to run a dog. The and you know them guys go through checks and all kind of medical checks at the checkpoints. Man, I be I'm hip hop too, dog. I'm straight out the hood.
Yeah, yeah,
But I love I love animal sports. I love greyhound racing. I like that. But the thing about
yeah.
greyhound racing is only short distance. We can get stuff from that to learn how to do certain things. But can a greyhound go for an hour, 2 hours? These dogs running from damn 3, 4, 5, 700 miles. You know what I'm saying? And
It
in the biggest,
depends on what it's bred for. See, it ain't bred to do all the miles you talking about. Now,
that's why I wouldn't
if
really take the greyhound. I wouldn't really take the greyhound advice. I'll take the Iditarod advice because they more long pushing. You know what I'm saying?
but let me ask
I'll
you
take
this.
both of them. I'll take both of them probably. Just use them in different ways.
No, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Have you seen the ones that I don't know if they're whippets or if they're greyhounds, right?
yeah,
But like in the deserts over like in Saudi, they be running them next to their trucks.
yeah.
Like I forgot what these dogs are. I don't even think that they are
They might
greyhounds.
they might be whippets. They might be whippets or something like a I know exactly which dogs you're talking about. They
You
look
see how
like
them you see
greyhounds.
how them you yeah, you see how them dogs is running and that's a good speed for a nice amount of time. That's longer than that little short what they do. I don't know, like quarter mile, something like that, a greyhound track.
Yeah, they might do something
Eighth
like
of a
that.
mile, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's all on what is the sport say like because take for instance, what let's say Floyd Mayweather, he know that a fight is 12 rounds.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna judge him based on he ain't fighting 40 rounds.
yeah.
He only training for a 12 round bout.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
You know what I mean? So like that's what I was saying. Like it just depends on what are you bred for and the guy behind you, what is he consistently trying to do?
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, because you might say, you like take for instance with our breed, you might go get a dog and you say, man, this dog ain't had no good endurance, man. He ain't had to win. But he comes from a line of weight pullers.
Yeah, yeah,
They not he doesn't need that. So
yeah,
that's why you have to become accustomed to the line you getting and the man behind the line, the family of dogs. And what are you expecting from it?
yeah,
Do your expectations meet up with their presentation? Because sometimes you're wrong right there from the start. What you expect from this dog, the breed ain't known for it, and that family of dogs ain't known for
yeah, yeah,
it. So that's why I said, man, it's good to get a family bred dog.
yeah. But now, a greyhound fast, but do you think a greyhound can run on a treadmill for the length of time that a pit bull can?
Are you counting full gait or you counting the trotting? Is
Well,
all that? Is
I
all
mean,
that?
like the trot and the slow down and get your breath back. I know they're gonna take off and they're gonna probably
They
break the
may
wheels
can
off.
yeah, they may can when you say when you add that because like take for instance, you would be saying I would take you saying that they couldn't, but you're saying it based on a sport where you seen where they judge them for their full gait, they judge them for top speeds. You
Yeah,
see what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
they fully extended. So that ain't what they would normally do. But do I think that a greyhound could be conditioned to recover and keep going? Because you said you count them trotting and all that type of stuff.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you look at some of them pit bull videos, yeah, they come out strong. Keep that camera on them for 20 minutes while you're on that meal. Them jokers get to just walking, just
Hell
looking
yeah,
around while they do okay. So is we talking what we talking? We talking hard work, we talking trying, we talk because you gonna get about three different speeds,
yeah,
maybe even
yeah.
four on that meal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
we're including everything. Yeah, I think a K9 can do it. It's just who's gonna put it to that expectation.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's why I say, man, a lot of questions, man, ain't so general, you know, because your 30 minutes on the mill could be, when you talking distance wise, your 30 minutes is my 10 minutes,
yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah.
They getting double the damn. They getting double the damn thing, boy.
Yeah.
That Pittman done ran a damn quarter mile. He done got a whole mile. If you keep them on at the same time, he done ran a whole mile.
Yeah.
Going on a mile and a half, fast as he's running. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So
Shit.
it's all on how we talk and how we judge it.
Yeah, you're right.
What are
Yeah.
we expecting?
Yes,
And
sir.
that's just like those are the type of guys that I wouldn't mind owning my dogs.
Yeah.
Because right now a lot of people just think I just don't sell them. No, it's not that. It's just that I wanted to go to a home that understand what it's put together for,
Yeah.
you know, and keep it. Now, me knowing your standards, I'm not asking you to bend your standards or nothing because you have mine.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to stand up to your standards that you told me because they had to be good for me to release my dog to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not no if with that. Just stay with the standards that got you my dog, and
Yep. Yep.
don't exploit it. And that will. I'd rather those guys have them dogs
Yeah, I feel
and
you on
seek
that.
to have an understanding of. You're gonna get a better owner.
Mm-hmm. Right about that. Ain't that ain't
Management, man, is a big part of reputation when
yep.
it comes to dogs.
Ain't that like the feeling of knowing you done got your dog to the right person and they know, you know, you getting results back from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a better feeling than getting a good dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Placing a
Mhm.
good dog and matching it up with a good person is a much better feeling
Yep.
than getting a good dog. Because once you got a good one, and this is where your standards are, you're gonna repeatedly get good ones. But you going and you seeing this dog every 3, 4 months, they sending you pictures. Hey man, just giving you an update, this and that. Because even though that dog is away from me, I still want to keep tabs on that dog. So I
Hmm.
know about this breeding. I know about the dogs that came out of them. So I want somebody that's gonna keep in touch. I don't want to have to use page online to know what's going on with none of the dogs I bred.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want that. So a lot of times, you build a relationship with anybody you sell puppy to
Hmm.
or allowed to get your dog. You might not have sold, you might give it to them.
Yep. I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man. So it could be done. Let me ask you this: What do you think? Do you think where the pit bull is at today in America? Do you think it's at a like an endangered standpoint?
Uh, I think it could be, and I think we underestimated the fact that it could be. I think we all think that Oil pit was gonna be around the corner next day, and we breed a lot of them. But I think the way things are going, just imagine how it was 10 years, or let's say 15 years ago. Okay, it was not like it is right now today. Okay, now add 15 more years on the day. It might not be nothing like it is today. Can you imagine getting worse than what it is now? Anything
Right,
worse,
right.
anything worse than what it is now is gonna like shit. We're gonna be running and hiding with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Now, yeah. Now, let me ask you this: what do you think could and should be done to fix that, to curb that?
Uh Truthfully, man, I think, you know, you can't stop nobody from doing nothing. But I think even when I was young, I used to always hear about this type of stuff. People fighting dogs in the middle of the street, people doing that type of stuff, backyard. Like that's the real meaning of backyard. When you got people on the street corners letting dogs fight, like they're giving the dog a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? And uh, you know, it just I think, man, we gotta it's kind of hard, man, because of the fact that we done let the dope game get into the dogs and stuff. It's kind of hard to even to say what can be changed because you gotta you got so many things that they because if you ask me, I say boom, take the dope game back out the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Rewind everything, go back and take the dope game out, and then everybody get their dogs back, and just say if you doing whatever you're doing, you just don't have no pit bulls. You never got in the pit bull game or whatever, and it'll be kind of different, man, because you know. And I've been in the game half my damn life, so I ain't saying nothing. I ain't knocking what nobody do, but it'll be a little different, man, because that's the main reason that they mess with a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? And two, that's where a lot of killings, that's where a lot of these high bets and all that stuff is coming from because brothers got extra money to do this with. If brothers was just straight, whatever you would your legal little thing you had going on, and you ain't want to put no $50,000 on no dog. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to lose $50,000 you just made off selling houses or doing this or doing that or whatever you're doing. You don't mind losing 50,000 of some that other kind. But when that thing came in, man, it brought more law enforcement into the game. You know what I'm saying? Different kind of law enforcement. Like I was saying in my video earlier, man, brothers get knocked off back in the days fighting dogs and all kind of shit. They get tickets, they got locked up, they took their dogs, but they didn't even come back no more. Brothers got more dogs. They didn't care about banning them from having dogs. It wasn't none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. I'm talking about I ain't even back in the days with Brother Garcia and them boys. I'm talking about in my little 90s and little early 90s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like that, like it is now. Man, now it's like we love this breed. We love to see the Titan traits in these dogs. You know what I'm saying? The barbaric traits in these dogs. But when we really ask ourselves, you know what I'm saying, is it worth it? Truthfully, some brothers say it's worth it if you can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? But man, the way our country built these days, man, you got all right, me and you talking right now. Okay, me and you talking on the live. Okay, now shit, if we both got competition problems, man, shit, I'll hit you on the back street. You know what I'm saying? And this me and you know about this, and if I come holler at you, and let me talking about back in the days now, if I came holler at you, it was already established that I wasn't bringing no more than one or two people with me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe two or something like that. If I bought three, it still wasn't no problem because you weren't gonna have no damn boatload of people. Now we got just a small bit of people, man. It's a whole different thing now because it's like being that it is in the hip hop community, the black community, and all that other stuff. It's like you have more than just dog men with these dogs. You have everybody with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be a top shot of dog man. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, you
everybody
gotta
ain't
think hip hop is the
everybody.
most consumed. Hip hop is the most consumed genre of music, and
Oh
this
yeah.
dog is tied to hip hop.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I always say, this dog tied to hip hop. You can't never say hip hop and this dog don't belong together because of just the fact that this dog is America's most popular dog from way in the past time, you know what I'm saying, up until now. and how hip hop is in America. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you gotta look at it. More people that are exploited and are marketed. More of them dress like a rapper than anything.
Yep.
Yeah. So the same way it uh hip hop dominates the music world, dominates fashion.
Man, listen
It,
here.
yeah,
Listen,
it's gonna dominate this.
listen here, man. I'm 44. Back when Snoop Dogg dropped that damn that Doggy Style album, man,
Yeah.
I was young as hell. I could barely even buy the album. You know what I'm saying? Probably about 14, somewhere around that area. You know, but shit, Snoop had the dogs on the video. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I was ready to say you go back before that. Think Too Short. Think Ice Cube.
Yeah,
They would be
yeah,
walking past somebody's yard where a dog would run up. See, the Rottweiler had it, and then boom,
yeah.
the pit bull came in,
Mm-hmm.
and then DMX amplified it.
Yep. And it was
DMX took it to a way where it'll never they're never gonna dismantle the two.
man, if you don't say hip dogs and hip hop, and some brothers might not understand it, so you have to explain it certain ways. You know what I'm saying? And to help brothers understand, because it's not wrong for a brother not understand it. It's wrong for you not to explain it to a brother if he don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
when DMX got in the game with that shit, dog, DMX, everybody know what the game dog is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know DMX ain't had no bullies. No disrespect to my bully people. Everybody know X was rocking real pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking real pit bull raps. It take
But
real.
see, it's what was more than that. The dogs that he typically was talking about in his music was a lot of strays he would find,
Yeah,
or dogs he knew nothing about. And there's more people out there with these dogs that can relate to that. And because that's an overshadowing thing, look at how you have dudes that like right on social media that'll tell you to hell with some papers, man. Them dogs ain't worth nothing.
hey, I'm gonna tell you this
And
right now. Oh, go ahead.
so it's more it's more relatable, you know.
Yeah,
I think one thing that can really curb this, man, is going to those dog shows.
yeah,
Because you go to those dog shows, right? Let me ask you this. You say, um, like with the whole illegal thing of having these dogs.
yeah,
I don't busy myself with it, and I don't get bothered with it because we're in a time when, man, look at how many murders, any other crime you see being done right on camera.
yeah,
Yeah, and we're in a time where it's like people are amplified by this. So I'm I wouldn't touch on that because if they doing that, why wouldn't they do that? You know. But what I will say, man, is like let's say to touch on what you was speaking on, somebody breaking the law with them, and they doing this preparation, and they might be getting 2,000 or whatever the wage is.
yeah.
Now you go to an ADBA show and you see the dogs. Who's to say those men ain't wagering on this treadmill race or this weight pull race?
Oh
Four
yeah.
times the amount of what you doing that for.
A bet is a bet.
Bingo. And if if you if they're exposed to more competition comes with
Mm-hmm.
it, because you looking, let's just say you do have a dog that you're putting through a regimen or whatever. You'll look, oh man, that dog over there doing that. I know I can go over there and get a medal because my dog could do that on the treadmill easy
Yeah,
and in lesser time. So
yeah,
now, you know what I mean? You say, oh yeah, man, shit, yeah, what? How much money you want that? All right, okay. Now, are you supposed to do it? Probably not. Who knows? But you
yeah,
still are bringing in currency. Like I always wanted to just have the dogs and um, be able to make things outside the dogs, like health products and equipment, stuff like that, to where I didn't have to get funds just off my breed of dogs. Anybody that had dogs could profit from knowing me
yeah,
because I would, what I mean, tap into the market of K9 ownership
yeah,
and get money that way. You get way more money doing that than you do puppy sales.
yeah,
You come out with a product that's worth something, you put the right marketing behind it and get it on the show, or get a collar and put the right marketing behind it and hit the ground, man, you gonna make more money in that than you is puppy sale.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so I always seen like, yeah, it's money in them, but I wanted the money to come from everything outside the dog, so that I didn't have to go and say, "Damn, yo, I need the money, but I don't want to sell my dog." You know what? Nah, hey, run a sale for them collars.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
I try. I was talking to one of my brothers, man, down here, and about starting a competition where it's a two man, like it's your dog and y'all 2-man team. Well, y'all got to go in and catch the hog and tie the hog legs up or whatever, and whoever do it the fastest, you know what I'm saying, and go by that, first, second, third place or whatever. The hog ain't gonna be the biggest hog ever, because you ain't got no bay dogs or nothing with you. But I was already told that brothers was doing stuff like that back in the days, and they done outlaw that already. Say you can't catch hogs from one spot and take them to another spot like that. You know what I'm saying? Now if they just grow up in your woods, yeah, you can catch hogs like that, but you can't take them from one area and go use them for something like that to another area. And they outlaw
okay.
it.
So
I'm like, dang.
what you would do in an instant like that, I would, uh, people have the hog problem. So
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people got the acreage, and you want to hold the event where you bring other guys with dogs in, and what y'all doing is y'all business, but y'all paying them to be able to come on their private land and go catch a hog, set the pen up. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And y'all do it right there. Then y'all go to the next state. Y'all go to the next state. People with this land will let you have these events there. And
yeah.
it's,
But
hey,
see,
we on private property and we ain't trying to relocate no hog.
yeah, only
The
thing
hog we
about that.
catch, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it out.
Yeah, only thing about that, the kind of different from what I'm talking about, the way you talking about, you're gonna be able to do it. You'll be able to do it like that. Because
Yeah.
only problem you're gonna have is because you're gonna have a whole big ass area. The way I'm talking about trapping the hog in the area, maybe talking about the size of a football field. In a little wooded area, and everybody, you got a little starting point when you go inside the gate or whatever, and you got a time limit. And everybody, whoever get the fastest times to get that hog down, strapped up or whatever, it come back like that. But I'm talking about having it in a football field size area. But they saying basically you can't gate them in. But you could do it like how you talking about. But when you do it like that, telling how far you gonna run. Boy, you might run 5 now. Depends on how far their property is, I guess. You know.
No, I'm saying use their property just to trap it, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you put it
yeah,
in whatever you want to put it in for your sport. But that hog was caught right there. It'll be eradicated right there, and you're on private property.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You're just making an event,
yeah,
And what are they gonna say? Because you taking the hog out the population, it's becoming a problem. So we're going to kill the hog, and we're going to run. See, sometimes, man, it's the fight back.
It's a name
If
they
they,
call it. It's a name they call it. I can't think of the name. It's a
what
name.
baiting?
No, it ain't baiting. It's something about the hog. It's some kind of name they call it. I can't think of the name they call it. I'll think of
Well,
it when we ain't on
I'm
now.
not. I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not. I'm definitely not saying that you're not right, and you definitely may know way more about it than me, being in a place that has a hog problem. But what I will say is this: sometimes, man, the law changes how you can do things, not if you can do them.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? Because the hogs are still a problem.
yeah,
So somewhere is some middle ground to
yeah,
where
yeah.
you can have them to where they like, hey, yeah, that's actually cool. They can do it that way, and you getting your event done. It's just, are you going to spend your time and look for the loophole and look for whatever it is? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it can be done, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because you got to think, man. They got You can't do that, but you telling me that they can have helicopter rides where they give you an AR-15 and you can shoot them out of the helicopter.
yeah.
They got that event and you can book that, but we can't do that. That don't even make sense.
There's money involved.
Well, if you make it an event and let me tell you something. What do you think will happen if the locals, wherever you may be having this event, you and that homeowner and that landowner make a donation?
Now, if you start, you talking like that, yeah, you gonna have,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, guess what? People where you have where the income is not much, and you starting to have this event getting bigger and bigger, man.
Hmm.
Just like take for instance, Amazon say we want to open up another warehouse. You had states bidding. Hey, can you bring that warehouse here?
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got
Hmm.
fairgrounds. You got all type of stuff, man.
Yep.
That's why I said brothers need to start joining these clubs, their local clubs for their state. You know what I mean? Go to these shows, man, because it's a lot of those brothers that have already came up with it and know what to do, know just what laws to tell you about. That's actually a position in the clubs is to keep you abreast to laws that may affect you and stuff like that. And they always giving out bulletins, all type of stuff. So um, I encourage brothers to get into them. I
Yeah.
know a lot of brothers frown on them, frown on these. I don't know why, but these are the clubs that you need to start joining.
Hmm. You're right about that. And really, man, I believe once brothers start going to these shows and stuff, I believe they'll see it ain't what they thought it was and start enjoying that thing, man, and see a different side of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was young, like I said, I was like hell with a show. You know what I'm saying? But we in different times now. You know
But
what I'm saying? And
you know how many brothers that'll tell you to hell with a show, and them same brothers got a Mayday or a Macho Buck dog, and then you can pull up pictures of Mayday and Macho Buck at a show.
mm-hmm.
You see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like it's like okay, you know what I mean? Half the people that they going and reading their books, I can look and see them at those shows. So now you telling me you look down on those shows? That don't make sense to
Hey,
me. So
so, and you would consider a triple crown dog a special dog, right?
yeah, uh-huh.
All right. Now, I mean, if that's a special dog, triple crown. So why not? Just by him winning two departments, he can win in the whole world, and he can win in the confirmation world. And he ain't even in triple crown. You know what I'm saying? But like you just said, folk will knock you because you're in the shows or thinking, oh, I can't get in the shows and this and that. When shit, man, some of the best dogs, they got bloodlines on in their yard was in these same shows.
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you. And like don't get it twisted like I'm saying a triple crown is the only way to go. You
Oh no,
got
oh no.
some studs that may have won the Belmont, hurt his leg, or
Yeah,
he may have won the Derby and got sick, couldn't go to Pimlico. That
yeah.
you know what I mean? So having a double crown or just having a crown at all, you think somebody would say, "Oh, this thoroughbred horse is no good because he only won in the Kentucky Derby," or
Mm,
"This thoroughbred horse is no good because he only won at Pimlico"? No, they not.
nah.
It's
Mm-mm.
not going to be done like that. So, but you have to. I think everybody up in their standards. You know, not to say that people's standards are not good right now. What I'm just saying, if you look at yourself and challenge yourself to
Yeah,
be to bring forth better dogs, you gonna have to start looking at other ways so that you ain't getting bored.
yeah,
You know, and it help you be around people who own the same breed as you do, and they are because I ain't never heard them have no problem about a treadmill race at these shows.
no,
But I do hear other people complain, oh, you can't have a treadmill, man. They will lock you up for that.
no.
It's like, so hey, you
That's
know what
what
I
that's
mean?
what brothers got to understand, man. You can have these things, and shit, you can't be scared to have them. It's just what you doing yourself that makes you paranoid. You know what I'm saying? What all the stuff you doing in your life that makes you paranoid and make you think you can't have them.
Man, I like take for instance, I got the slat mill in the yard because I'm redoing the belt, sanding all of the slats down, any ridges or anything that may have got in them over time, and I'm replacing it with uh putting a top on each slat so that it's less pad injuries while on the slat mill, right? I'll be damned if I'm be in trouble because I showed that I got a mill.
Man,
You
listen,
know what I mean? What I'm saying, a thing in my house or something? Nah.
Man, listen, some brothers might be mad I'm about to say this, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of brothers might not know it. You can get a slap meal from Walmart. Go on Walmart on website and type in slap meal for slap meals up there, and a real slap meal gonna come up there. And guess what, my brothers? Boy, it ain't nowhere near the prices these brothers charging. I'm talking about real slap meal. I ain't talking about no bullshit. I'm talking about real slap meal. Ain't the prices these brothers charging. And guess what, brothers? You know Walmart, you ain't got to worry about delivery. You just pay for it. You just pay for it. That son of a gun gonna show up. And I'm talking about real deal slap meal. I ain't talking about no bullshit. You know, it might not have the plastic slaps, but they got a real deal, regular slap meal, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
A lot of brothers don't even know you could go on Walmart and get them. You know what I'm saying? Good prices. I'm talking about good prices. You know what I'm saying? And shit, Amazon. You know what I'm saying? They got them, man. They got
Yeah.
them. They wouldn't sell them at these places if they was illegal. You know what I'm saying? They don't sell no gun parts. I mean, they sell gun parts, but they don't sell you the trigger. The,
Yeah.
the part that actually make that hit that bullet, they don't sell that part on. You can buy everything else, but you can't buy that dang on part that make that bullet fire.
Yeah. So you gotta just, man. I'm like, I've only had to deal with animal control twice,
Yeah,
and shot records, everything up to date, proof of vet visits and stuff like that.
yeah,
I had no problem.
yeah.
Didn't even have no coming back and all that type. Didn't have none of that.
Yeah, that's how it is where I'm from, man. Animal control really wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying? Only problem I ever had is when I started having my situation. You know what I'm saying? But far as that, they and even up to this day, they still ain't I'm talking about the city animal control. The one I made the video about, that's the county. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
crooked. The animal control, Horry County animal control crooked. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the city or whatever. But yeah, man, they cool in the city, man. They know they do what they supposed to do, and they do their job the way they supposed to do it. And they give you, if you got a problem, they say, yo, you get this straight, we come back, you ain't straight, we're gonna handle it like this. That's how they do in the city. But the county
And see,
folk,
that's actually what they supposed to do. Like,
yeah,
if it's a problem that's not an immediate threat to your dog, they actually not supposed to move. They supposed to give you 30 days to get whatever it is in line.
yep,
And
yep,
if it's not too severe, sometimes they'll do 2 weeks. But if it's not too severe on the dog, like uh, I hear of them taking a lot of people's dogs for a water bowl being turned over. I've heard of this in different places. Well, rather than taking your dog, especially if you got your shot records and your license is up to par, they're not supposed to remove their dog. They're supposed to give you time frame to figure something out so that don't happen.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
You're right
so
about that.
it's making yourself abreast of these laws.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because the laws don't only govern you; it govern them also.
Yep.
And stopping them saying, "Hey, ho, you're not taking my dogs. Listen, what is that you saying is the problem? Okay, hold on. All right, let me write this down. So when you come back, sometimes you got to guide them on what's gonna go down.
Yep. You right about that.
But it's so many brothers. If they be honest right now, what they do, they see these people, they panic, and they just allow them to start taking the shit.
Mm-hmm.
When they showed up to my yard, they getting ready to come to the gate. I stopped and put my arm up to his chest. I said, "Oh, hold on, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm coming to do a welfare check. I got a call." I said, "Okay, I ain't got no problem with that. Well, what you know about the breed of dogs I had?" Couldn't really tell me nothing. I said, "All right, call back and get me somebody specialized in terriers at least."
Yeah.
The one that came out specialized in terriers, like, man, very laid back, assess things, say, "Oh yeah, okay, now, all right, yeah, man, hey, good," and they left. Now, had I let that first one come in, it might have been something where he said, "Oh, nah, they got it. Look at this." Because it's
Mm-hmm.
at the discretion of the officer that you allow in your yard also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's at their officer's discretion what type of paperwork they write up.
Yep.
And just like other officers, man, it don't always mean they right, but you giving them leeway, that's what they gonna
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yep. Right about that.
That's
Yeah,
what they
man.
gonna do.
Yep. Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold you here too long, man, tonight, man. But I do want to ask you this though.
Uh-huh.
You got anything you want to leave the chat with? Cause I'm a had a chat down there, and I want to say this while I'm talking about the chat, cause I gotta send a shout out to all the brothers who be rocking with me in the chat that I probably gonna see when I post this video. My boy Liquid Lucky, I always gotta shoot your shots out, fam. You know what I'm saying? Fat Farm Ray, City Boy Kennels, High Key Lee, 614 Tree, Paris Brown, D Rose, Street Rossi, Dreadlock. Let me see, man. Let me see. I hate doing it like this, fam, because I be forgetting my brothers, and then I go looking at this, I be like, oh man, Nick Bronson, brothers be in these chats and stuff, and I be like, I be done forgot their name, man. That shit make me feel bad, and when I be shooting my shots out and stuff, man. But shout out to all my brothers that's down in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? That's keeping these bulldogs, doing the right things with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? You say you ain't got nothing else to leave them boys with, man?
Nah, shoot, nah, man, just take heed to anything you could take, and you know what I mean, prosper from it, pick it up. Everything else, leave it be. But you know, doing it that way, man, you gonna win more than you lose.
Yes,
It
sir.
just take a longer time, but it's worth it in the end.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Believe me.
sir. Yes, sir. Y'all heard that, man. Y'all heard that. So what I need for y'all to do is stay safe, stay legal out there from the north to the south to the east to the west. Keep bulldogging the way you always bulldog, doing it the right way, showing up at these shows, showing up at these weight pools, getting that legal money with these dogs, and just staying safe, man. Y'all have a good day, a good night, and PBK9s, we out.